Today we're going to open up the Ampere Audio 15-inch 1000 watt RMS DVC subwoofer. The AA 2.75 is what they called it. It's conservatively rated at 1000 watts. They're available in 15s and 18s, dual 2 or 4 ohm voice coils. It's an all aluminum 2.75 voice coil. Spring-loaded terminals, vented magnet gap, high velocity vented frame spacer ring. Kind of looks like the U. Anyway, we're going to get this opened up and give it a test. We just purchased 8 of them. Now we're thinking maybe we need to get 8 more. Because we don't know if we want to do a tunnel, or if we want to do a 6th or a 4th. We also got the components back there, 6.5s.
This sub is part of the REV or RVE series.
The Rev series.
RVE. They're doing a crazy deal on these right now. $199. 1000 watts RMS, conservatively rated. It's got like 19 millimeters of X-Max. Could be a good SPL sub for your build. Hopefully we help some of you guys make that decision today.
Look at that packaging. I love it. Although I hate the styrofoam.
Me too. It gets on everything. We will be testing this subwoofer too. Pushing it to its limits.
It comes in right around 47 pounds.
I know that magnet on the back is pretty unique. It is a pretty big subwoofer. Smaller tensor leads than I expected, but they still look like you could easily fit 12 gauge, maybe 10 if you really try.
It's supposed to be a high temperature voice coil wire, so.
I'm gonna move you guys closer so you can get a better look. Alright, so here's the subwoofer in all its glory. See the Ampere Audio dust cap, the dual tensor leads. These things do come pretty stiff. I noticed they use a good amount of glue for those dust caps, which I like. I've been seeing more and more often with these crazy boxes and designs. A lot of these people are blowing dust caps right off these newer woofers.
Is it sewed around?
It is. Double sewed. Got a nice gap in between the magnet, the motor, and the frame right there. Good ventilation. I believe we also have some on the bottom of the woofer. We do.
The FS on the 15 is
19 millimeters, right?
no. That's the X-Max.
Oh yeah.
The FS is 36.8387. 838 is my favorite number. Must be a reason why we got these.
I'd say so. Pretty nice stamp basket design.
Oh yeah, I also want to throw in a little bump on the Ampere Audio component sets. The A6.5Cs are on sale right now from $199 to $79.99. You can't believe that. That's an awesome deal.
We may do a video on these later on, but since you mentioned them, why not show them off real quick? Comes with plenty of screws. Push terminals, gotta love that. Makes installation easy. Removal as well. The Dream series. Alright guys, let's get this sub over to the test bench and see what it can do. Remember, 1000 RMS, conservatively rated. Alright guys, we're back over the test bench with the Ampere Audio. I just wanted to show off this LF Audio wireless bass knob. Not only is it extremely nice to be able to stand outside of your vehicle and give demos without holding on to a cluster of wires going to a radio, but you get a signal strength so you know how far you can go. You can monitor your voltage so you know if anything bad's about to happen to your equipment. And I'm pretty sure on their newest model you could even monitor your temperature. I mean, this thing's pretty slick. If you're giving a lot of demos, if you're in and out of your vehicle a lot, definitely recommend it. It's got the auto shut off, save the battery, USB Type-C rechargeable. Very nice bass knob.
Mike J uses one of those so he can sell his stuff while he's still giving demos, which he gave to me at Slam.
Yeah, that's definitely a unique build. Now that it's got that Inhuman in it, I can't wait to hear it. We got a 20 to 40 hertz sweep going for this test. As far as power, woofer's seeing anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500 watts RMS, maybe a tad more at times. I'm going to take it easy, and if the woofer seems to be holding up well, I'll crank it up a bit, just to show you guys the actual capabilities of this ultimate budget sub. Unfortunately, the mids still are hooked up to the radio, so what you're hearing in the beginning and in the background is not motor noise, it's not the subwoofer. It's just the mid-range we have hooked up to our test bench for when we're bumping out in here. If you guys hear anything, that is not the subwoofer. This motor is actually extremely quiet, surprisingly.
I want you to lift it straight up. Hand me the bass knob.
Wow, that thing's moving.
It's 1,400 watts. $1,500 watts. $1,700 watts. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Bottoming out.
Yeah.
It's taking it. That thing is growing.
Oh yeah.
Well, there you guys go. The Ampere Audio 15 Rev Series. 2.75 inch coil. 1,000 watts RMS, which we'd say it's severely underrated. Got that double stack motor, good ventilation from underneath and in between the frame. The double tensile leads. Push terminals are a little small, but then again, at most, this subwoofer probably won't see more than 2,500 watts, so it'll work for some 12 gauge. It definitely was bottoming out there for a second on 20 hertz, but we were throwing way overrated power at it. It didn't get warm at all from that short period of time. So if you're going to be using these in SPL builds, I could see them being good for burps and some pretty high numbers, because that was some pretty good X-Max. This thing was throwing down. Honestly, I can't find anything I don't like about this subwoofer. I love the design on the bottom of the motor in case you decide to invert it. The dust cap is glued very well. That thing ain't going nowhere. That high-rise surround, double-stitch surround. I mean, it looks like a very well-built subwoofer. I'm not saying there's anything brand new about it, but for this price range, for how much power it can handle and how much it moves, this thing's impressive. What do you think?
First thing I notice is I keep thinking sundown when I look at the sub, but it reminds me of the SA V2s, especially with this surround. The motor kind of looks like a little U series, but it's okay.
The frame.
Or yeah, the frame. I'm sure it's proven. That's why they used it.
Yeah.
I like the sub. I like the name. As you can tell, the shirt back there. I just had to throw that in. Of course, having this many subs to put in a build is going to be beautiful.
Yeah, don't forget, we got 8 of them, guys. We got 8 of these bad boys, and they're going to get used for this season's shows. At least that's the plan. You know, not everything always goes to plan, especially when you're building large builds, but we're going to try and have it wrapped up mid-summer. Something nasty, 160s plus.
Oh, I want to get it done before then, actually. I want to get to that show that Resilient Sounds is throwing off in Amherst, Ohio, with all the people that's getting ready to show up there. I think that with Slamology being canceled, that we're going to get a lot of people in Northern Ohio that we don't normally see. You know, Brand X Alternators throwing that off too, so I can't wait.
These smaller shows will be loaded now that Slamology closed. Hopefully they realize they missed out on a good opportunity. I'm not dissing Slam or any of the people who run it, but it's a shame we couldn't have a Slamology this 2025 season. But hey, who knows? Hopefully that just means better things to come 2026. I mean, you don't just cancel a show that big for no reason. They obviously couldn't find a spot they thought was supportive enough or where we wouldn't have any issues, you know. Us baseheads are always having issues. I heard last year there were a number of complaints from people miles and miles away, so. As far as that goes, I'd call that a wrap for this video.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
As always, those Stinger 4Ks. A little sneak peek of the power. We'll be doing a video on those next.